conditions are absolutely perfect for the first day of the final test match at the Oval. Hardly a cloud in the sky, a beautiful looking batting pitch, and that was good news for the West Indians because they won the toss, a very, very good toss to win. The strange news was that they decided to go into the match, even though the pitch was a little bit bare, without a spin bowler. They went in with the same side that played at Headingley and won the series, 4 fast bowlers in the side, and bad news for England was that John Snow was unfit. He pulled out at the last minute with a thigh injury. Selby came into the side, and having lost the toss, it looked that England would certainly be in for a little bit of leather chasing today. We join play now in the second over of the day. It's Selby bowling to Roy Fredericks.
And that's a chance. And that was a terrible error, one thought, from Alan Knott, because that ball was going at very, very catchable height to Tony Greig at slip. A simple slip catch there. And Alan Knott flinging himself across where he'd really no business to be. And giving Tony Greig no chance at all. And he's given him out. A long look there by Bill Alley, and up goes the finger, and Greenwich is gone. Typifying again this game of cricket. This man in such tremendous form, coming here with all the confidence in the world, is dismissed without scoring. Great blow this by Bob Willis, bringing that one back just fractionally from outside the off stump. Greenwich going back, departs without opening his account. The first wicket going down with the score on 5. Selby now to Richards. Confidently away. Moved inside, clipped it away square, the first boundary. Derek Underwood, the left arm spinner on at the far end. One can only imagine that the new ball bowlers are going to change ends.
Replacing Bob Willis at New Oxford, Derek Underwood.
It's a slow one, time swung away to deep square. No chance at all there of Amos cutting it off. That's cut away, chased by Miller, but once again it'll race away for 4 more. It's an expensive change to date. There's 2 boundaries already. Oh, it's a glorious shot, glorious stroke. And this man is so quickly into position. His feet moving like lightning, forcing it away square on the offside. A player here with all the confidence in the world. Foot already back into position, the bat following through. Glorious shot.
Well, that's a lovely stroke. Superb footwork there to take him to the pitch of the ball. Just racing into the boundary away the far side of the ground. Oh, that was a good shot. There's a no ball, and Richards had plenty of time to change his mind there. He was going after it off the front foot. He was beaten in the flight, but it didn't matter, because umpire Ali had already made the call. So the 50 is up now in 48 minutes. 48 minutes of delightful entertainment, except if you happen to be an English bowler or fieldsman. Warmer again. That'll be 4. And that's Fredericks' 1,000 runs for the tour. Miller's the fieldsman there. And 3 runs. This outfield's very fast. 4 runs, no third man. It went through the gully area in the air. And Viv Richards now has gone on to 38.
Salvino to Fredericks. And that's through the gap. No chance at all of anybody stopping it. And it's 4 more. And they must be liking what they can see out there. A really easy pitch. Very fast outfield, and encouraged by another packed oval crowd. Well, it wasn't a chance, I don't think. It found the outside edge, kept fairly low. Not quite as a pitch, as his foot going there now, and it skimming along the ground. And that's through this time, all right. So Richards goes to his 50 before Fredericks. Comes back for the third and moves on to 51. Applause from the England fielders, and Richards again in really cracking form here at the Oval. His 50 coming in just 87 minutes, 5 boundaries included. And also helping to hoist the 100 up for the West Indies. 102 for 1 with Richards on 51. Through this time. So Roy Fredericks doing likewise, taking 3, moving through to his 50. Taking him just a little longer than Richards, exactly 100 minutes. He hit the additional boundary, including 6 fours in his 52. 52 out of 105 for 1. And you can't allow anything round about leg stump at this man, Richards. Nonchalantly flicked that away through mid-wicket for 4 more. This partnership past the 3-figure mark now. 110 for 1, the last wicket going down at 5. And that's the score. Sees the introduction of Geoffrey Miller to bowl his first over in Test match cricket. So the crowd aware of it now, giving this fine young prospect a good reception. His recognition for an England place coming in fact only 18 days after Derbyshire gave him his county cap. Remember, it was a match we televised at Chesterfield against Warwickshire. Salvi doing well to get everything behind that. And quite a promising start, I must say, there by Geoffrey Miller. Looks to have a good, cool, calm temperament. Well within himself, kept it there and thereabouts. And that's really as much as you can ask on this pitch here this morning. It's only the 4th maiden bowl by England this morning in the 28 overs they've delivered to date. 110 for 1, the score remains 55 to Richards, 53 to Fredericks. No lack of initiative at all from Tony Greig here this morning. He had Underwood on at 10 minutes to 12. He didn't give Balderson a spin at all up at Headingley, but now he's bringing him on here the first session here before lunch. Well, Chris Balderson, quite a useful performer, and Tony Greig will remember that because he got rid of the England captain down at Eastbourne in the match that finished yesterday. Finished the Sussex innings off with a hat-trick. And one gets the impression that he would have done a lot more bowling with another county. But, some fierce competition at Leicester these days. And short, first bad one is bowled, pulled away very comfortably through mid-wicket by Fredericks for 4.
It's a fine shot. There's no outfield. It's rather a strange-looking field, in fact. 4 men on the onside, all protecting the single. And they're all going to come back now into that same area. Oh, what a marvellous shot. That really was a superb stroke. Well, I'd be very interested to see what the umpires do about that. And it's signal 4. Very nice sight. The ground itself a little on the brown side, which one can't complain about. The lack of rain, but the outfield is very fast and is in good condition, considering all the circumstances. It's safe, right over the top of the bowler's head, and 4 runs into the pavilion rails. Should be very happy at 148 for 1, and in addition seeing the stroke play we're seeing at the moment. To Fredericks, 84 to Richards. And Miller between the umpire and the stumps, round the wicket. What a magnificent catch that was. You will never see a greater catch than that one by Chris Balderstone to dismiss Roy Fredericks. 159 for 2 now. Fredericks is out. Caught Balderstone, bowled Miller, and Miller has claimed his first test wicket. Short, spinning away, hit like a rocket by Fredericks, and Balderstone took off. He plays a lot of soccer, but it's not in goal. But that was worthy of one of the great goalkeepers of all time. I wonder Roy Fredericks looks a bit dejected there. That was 4 runs from the moment it left the bat. And well-merited applause from the spectators and the English players. Fredericks played very well indeed, and I think he could see 100 coming up there just for the taking. Lawrence Rowe. That's more like it. His last 2 deliveries been given a lot of air. And some spin there as well.
So these two have put 18 on since Fredericks was out. It's Rowe on 3 now to face Derek Underwood. And he's got that through. Quite a delightful extra cover drive. No great strength in it at all, but a little bit of perfect timing. Looks the most elegant player when he's making runs. Oh, that's another great shot. Allowed it to come on, played it late. It was off a no ball, but he was already committed to the shot anyway. And typical West Indian shot there. Hitting the ball as it came on, nothing like a half volley. fired wide, hit late and square. So West Indies, who won the toss here this morning, had no hesitation in batting here, have made 187 for 2 with Richards on 98. And he's got the bowling now. And will be facing Geoffrey Miller. Swept away behind square. It'll certainly be his 100 this. Richards knows it. Takes the first one comfortably, jogs away for the second to complete another brilliant performance. And this man continues his most remarkable run in Test match cricket. His 100 coming here in just on 3 hours, including 10 fours. And really is the man in form. It's his 8th Test 100 and his 3rd against England. And bear in mind, he only made his first Test match debut in less than 2 years ago. Oh, it's a good shot before. Again, the over-pitch wideish half volley. Just a little bit too far outside off stump. And Richards content with the single bringing up the 200 for West Indies. Coming up in the 54th over.
That's a fine shot, beautifully placed. Just racing away over the parched outfield there. Shot. What a good shot. That wasn't very far offline. It was just a fraction short, and he was into position beautifully for that. Just gave himself a little bit of room. Smashed it away through cover point.
That's nicely flighted, but Rowe was equal to it. Waited for it, pushed it away. The ball racing away there for 4 more. Just a little lack of experience showing here by Geoffrey Miller. Just keeps losing his line a little bit outside the off stump, and there's so very little margin of error to these two fine players. Swung away down to deep square. A miss out there. So the single bringing up the 100 partnership between these two. And this 100 stand has come at slightly quicker than a run a minute. Just 92 minutes, an hour and a half, roughly. And beautifully placed, gave himself room. It wasn't all that short. But this man Richards is so quick on his feet. He seizes and sizes up the opportunity so quickly. And little or no margin of error. Not all that short, as you can see. And back goes the foot. And whack he goes, perfectly placed through the covers. He's found the gap all right this time. Similar sort of shot, in fact, to the one that Richards played in the last over, been repeated here by Lawrence Rowe. Nudged away on the offside for the single to bring in his 50. So Lawrence Rowe going to pretty good 50 here, made out of 272. Taking him just on 100 minutes, and adds that 50 to the one he made in the Test match up at Headingley. So Rowe missed out on the first 3 Test matches, notching a second successive 50. Magnificent shot again. Ran away from it, played it late, crushed it square. So up goes about 150 to Viv Richards. And another glorious display by Richards, 150 out of 288. Been in complete command from the very moment here he took guard this morning. So Balderston slipped in a couple of overs here before lunch. We had confirmation from Bill Alley, the umpire, that the first one that he bowled turned quite considerably. Nothing very much happened after that. He's going to bowl with a slip. And over pitches the first, and Richards can put it away for 2 more. Well, the introduction of all these bowlers with their shorter run-ups has certainly meant a great increase in the over rate. In the 77th over now, and in some previous Test match days, that's as many as we got all day. Still an hour and 20 minutes to go here. A bad ball short, and taken full advantage of again by Richards. Hammered away through mid-wicket for 4 more. So 300 total reached, with only 2 men out, and Richard's share of that is 157.
It's in the air, and he's put it down. An absolutely straightforward catch, and Derek Underwood will be distraught at that. Second grab at it, so that leaves only Amos and Knott. Amos will be pretty cranky. I should think that he hasn't been called on, and rather fancies himself in the nets. David Steele. Safe, and 4 runs. Good clean hit too.
And that's 4 more, no bother at all. Richards disdaining to leave the crease. Stood there and hammered it away, leant on his bat and admiringly watched it go through for 4 more. His 24th boundary in a total of 189. And again, just flicked away through the gap. Greg having to chase it this time, but leaving it to Balderston. And Richards adds 3 more to take the score on to 350. And that's out this time. He stumped him, not a stumped in, that one certainly turned. And Derek Underwood strikes, and he'll be relieved. It's the first wicket he's taken since Old Trafford. And Lonsrow is the man to go, out for 70. Stumped Knott, bowled Underwood with the West Indies total on 350. So applause for Alan Knott, establishing this new world record. Most dismissals now made by a wicket-keeper in Test match cricket. It's on to 220, and just at long last passing the record here of Godfrey Evans with 219 to his credit. So a good sound innings this by Lonsrow, supported Richards quite unselfishly all the way through. They took the score on from 159 to 350, just 9 short of a 200 partnership. So Underwood at long last breaking this partnership, and the ball certainly turning there quite considerably and presenting a pretty simple stumping chance to Alan Knott. So 2 short legs and a slip. And there again, a man very much in form. A bad ball there by Greg outside leg stump, presenting no problems to the giant West Indians. Swept away behind square for 4. Hit with tremendous power off the back foot by Clive Lloyd. And that's it. Flipped away nonchalantly and elegantly. And unfortunately, we're going to get an invasion, which will spoil this really brilliant 200. So Richards going on to a second double century in this Test match series, and he's the last person who wants this sort of treatment or this sort of behaviour on the ground. I think it was forecast by our friend and colleague here, Everton Weeks, that there could well be an invasion. And there they go, which is going to hold up play for a little longer, and Richards obviously not enjoying it at all. Clive Lloyd trying his best to get these fellas away off the field.
Well, that really is a tremendous scorecard, isn't it? Following on that 437 for 9 on the first day at Headingley, here the West Indies have finished with 373 for 3. Marvellous innings by Vivian Richards, 200 not out, and Clive Lloyd just sticking around there at the end for his 15. Still quite a bit of batting to come. Collis King, Murray and the tailenders, and the West Indies should be able to put up a very, very good score tomorrow with Richards coming back out fresh. The England bowling, well, I think the best that can be said for it is that all 9 of them tried hard. There are a lot of part-time bowlers in there. The best was probably Derek Underwood, 30 overs, 1 for 87. Tony Greig had a good spell. The thing I couldn't understand today concerned Greig and Underwood in that Greig whipped him on very, very quickly this morning. I thought it was probably going to be just a bowling change, but in fact he gave him a 5-over spell. I couldn't understand that, and I certainly couldn't understand the non-taking of the second new ball this evening. Even if it were to be given back to the spinners, there would have been much more bounce in it. So those 2 tactical things I just couldn't come up with an answer to. A fine day, though, a wonderful day again for the West Indies, and a wonderful day for the spectators. I said at the Trent Bridge Test that one of the abiding memories of the summer would be Vivian Richards' double century there. Well, you can add this one to it as well, and also pencil down the name of Alan Knott, who went past Godfrey Evans' record today. Well,